Hello. I'm sure that most of us have a pet at home. They bring us joy and give us a sense of responsibility for something. However, not everyone has just one type of animal. Pets can come in the form of many different animals and gives the owner a large variety of options for what they want as a pet. I could own a dog, cat, rabbit, hamster, fish, snake, gerbil, or anything else that I can think of within legal and reasonable terms. In today's speech, I will cover why, out of all these potential pets, that dogs are the superior animal to own. I will compare them to other animals as pets, as well as share my own experiences with several different animals. One of the main reasons that I believe that dogs are superior animals as pets is how they compare to various other popular pets. We will start off with what I believe is the dog's biggest competitor, the cat. First of all, most cats are a lot more reserved and keep to themselves much more than dogs do. They also do not show affection like dogs do, and I personally find that dogs show love much more enjoyable than that of a cat. Dogs tend to be much more playful and overall have better personalities as well. I understand that many people enjoy how mellow cats are compared to a rambunctious dog, but I am not one of those people. On to smaller animals, such as rabbits, hamsters, and gerbils. Not only do they not show as much affection and love that dogs do, but they are primarily limited to a cage or a tank the majority of the time. Although they can be let out under the supervision of the owner, they have to be returned to a confined space to sleep or if there is no one around. This also requires additional maintenance, not only for the animal itself, but for its living quarters. If a dog is raised correctly, it can roam freely for a large portion of its time as your pet. Finally, aquatic creatures, such as fish. I believe the biggest downside to owning a fish opposed to a dog is that the fish has to stay in that confined amount of space for its lifetime. They give me almost no satisfaction as a pet owner, in my opinion, unless you just like to watch them swim around. In my opinion, a dog beats any of these animals tenfold. If those reasons alone are not enough to get my point across, I will share my own experiences with several of these pets. When I was growing up, we always had several dogs between mine and my grandparents' house. These dogs were always some of my largest sources of happiness. They were always running and begging for attention, which was perfect combination for me as a child. We did have several other pets, such as many different fish, several cats, and even a pair of turtles. However, although I loved these pets, they did not satisfy me in the way that our dogs did. I realized at a young age that cats did not like to play as dogs did, and I found myself chasing after a cat more than actually playing with them. I encountered the same problem with fish that I mentioned earlier, as they really didn't do much besides swim around. None of them really lasted that long anyway. Currently, we have 2 dogs living with us and another 5 living with my sister. And these are the pets that have been the most faithful to us, brought us the most joy, and have caused us to want even more dogs in the future. Now, I understand that some people might think that certain dogs just are not right for pets because of violent histories or being given a bad rap. I believe that although this may be true, this is not the fault of the animal itself. Dog breeds, such as pit bulls and boxers, are seen to be threatening animals and are unsafe for pets. This is actually primarily because of poor ownership and rather than dogs themselves, in my opinion. If a dog is disciplined correctly and trained to understand right from wrong, then any breed of dog can be a great companion regardless of their historical background. Not only can almost any dog be trained to be a good boy or girl, but some can even be trained for more serious tasks. Many dogs have been trained to work as police dogs, to aid law enforcement in tracking down scents of illegal substances, among other things. They can also be trained to act as service dogs for people with disabilities such as blindness or conditions that could affect a person to function in everyday life. These dogs are there for emotional support for their owners and have been trained to alert their owners if something is about to happen that could affect them. These animals have come heaps farther in the development of the world than any other animal, and that is because their enhanced ability to understand the needs of their owner, unlike any other pet, and have really earned the title of man's best friend. I understand that people have their different opinions on what animal they think is the best pet, and that is fine. This speech was a way to inform others that I believe that dogs are by far the best pet opposed to other animals because of how they have made me feel as an animal lover, along with what strides they have made in the world themselves. Dogs may not be everyone's best friend, but they are certainly mine, and they have greatly impacted me and my family in a way that I feel that no other pet could, and I am greatly appreciative for that. Thank you for listening.